All right, greetings. My name is Maxo Carey. I am so glad that you have decided to actually come to our show today. The topic of our show today is throw away your glasses. Now, a lot of people may say, why are you saying that? Throw away my glasses. I actually need them right now. Well, I want to let you know that there's natural health that they don't want you to know about. And I am going to go more in giving you statistics to have you realize why we are saying throw away your glasses. We want to make sure we welcome all our folks who are listening to us to the 9 different platforms. And we could also say the 10th one is WMBM 1490 AM gospel station. So we want to make sure that we connect with all of you who are actually here with us. Now, why are we actually going into that subject? Well, as you know, as technology advances, a lot of people are using all those devices so many times since we get quicker downloads and people are being on social media for so many time. What's actually happening, most people are not having the proper protection, such as the blue light blocker and all those things to actually help them. And most people you will see, they don't really have the proper lighting when they're actually using their phone. They don't know to put it on night mode so that it could reduce the amount of light that's actually coming to your eyes. Some of them, they're doing it at night. And as you know, children nowadays, some of their schools are requiring them to actually have tablets. We're seeing a decline where there's a lot of issues that's really happening in the eye issues. Now, let's go on some key facts. And this is coming from the website of the World Health Organization. Now, naturally, whenever you're seeing this, they usually would show you like a picture of an impoverished nation. I want to let you know the issue is happening right here. So don't think that we are actually immune to what's actually happening. Blindness and vision impairment is a big key factor on what's happening nowadays, and you will hear why. Globally, at least 2.2 billion people have a near or distance vision impairment, and at least 1 billion of them, which is almost half of these cases, vision impairment could have been prevented or has yet to be addressed. So we found out that the leading causes of vision impairment and blindness are uncorrected refractive errors in cataracts. Anytime that you're seeing this, it's important to understand you can have that be taken care of. Now, you might have heard me talk about natural herbs that they don't want you to know about. You might have heard that we've been speaking about any food that you have that's green. When the foods are green, they're good for bone, teeth, and then what? Vision. So when you have your food being colorful, it's something that's really unique and that can make a huge difference. And that's why we take time to have this show done for you. For those who actually want to be in contact with me, it's very simple. You can reach me at 305-407-9227 for all those that's watching me through the internet. All the different platforms on social media, we're very accessible that way. Now, for those who want to send us correspondence, which it seems to be a lost art, more of my mature folks who really do that, you can always send it at 855 Northeast 125th Street. Again, 855 Northeast 125th Street. As long as you have the phone number, we can always text you or send you the information for our address where you can actually connect with us. And if you probably find Miami is a little bit too far for you, we can see you at our Lauderdale Lakes office. So we want to really make sure we do that appropriately. For those who want an immediate response, send us email at docnatural@gmail.com. Again, docnatural@gmail.com. Have you ever wondered why, since you got your glasses, you only have to keep on upgrading, your vision never got any better? You keep on wondering, why am I having to get a bigger lens? Why it has to be thicker? Why my eyes are not actually changing. Do you know that most of the time your doctor would not give you what? A nutrition plan to have that be corrected, because they know that with a nutrition plan, eventually, just like what happened to my daughter, I was really stern and our family was really stern about that she would take her supplements. And for her to really, I mean, literally, she wouldn't see a bus passing by. When we go to those air and sea shows and all those air, those, she never could see them because she couldn't see far. So, and it affected her in school. So I'm saying to you, it was a miracle for me. When I say miracle, not that she didn't do the work, but to me, to have that be done within a year, that was so awesome. It's just like we have choir members, eventually not using the glasses because they could see better without that. Now, a lot of times people are saying, why do naturopaths do not really deal with eyes so much? Because it's really so fragile. Most people like to stay away from that bad boy. Well, we want to let you know that bad boy is the thing that had our office increase for the past 7 years from literally 5,000 to over 20,000 people who are visiting just for that. Now, as you know, out of sight, out of mind, if you're not speaking of it consistently, people won't really know. Now, understand this. One of the leading causes of blindness also has to do with diabetes. So whenever you see the eyes end up being affected, is because that's so many issues that's been there, health issues that's been lingering so much that eventually affects the eye. So as much fragile that the eye is, our Lord and Savior has created the eye to be very robust. That's why it's only when issues really got to be really, really intense, that's when you see that problem come about. So I want to make sure I give you some more information to see why we're dealing with this. Now, the majority of people with vision impairment and blindness are over the age of 50 years old. However, vision loss can affect people of all ages. And that's the reason why. I remember I was passing near one of our big stores and I saw a family of 5. And from the youngest was just about 4 or 5 glasses. And it was like a staircase. So up to daddy. And it shows that as if it was a recessive gene pool where literally mom, dad, and all 3 kids, they all have what? They're having to wear spectacles. They're having to wear glasses. Now, most people would say, what went wrong there? Well, guess what? Any time that these things are not being addressed, like issues, as it says, uncorrected refractive errors, anytime they're not being addressed, what do you think that's going to occur? Well, eventually the person is going to really have to live with those issues. Now, I want to let you know that there's a lot of things, a lot of issues, a lot of medical issues that can be corrected through nutrition. What most people don't do, they don't literally give it enough time, or consistency never is there. Or really using the products that needs to be used, those herbs and vitamins and all those things that needs to be used so that we can have a real transformation. For those who want to be in communication with us, remember, you could always reach us as 305-407-9227. Vision impairment poses an enormous global financial burden with the annual global costs of productivity loss associated with vision impairment from uncorrected myopia or presbyopia alone estimate to be 244 billion and also 25.4 billion. So what we're talking about, 244 billion, that's a myopia. A real hardcore naturopath from the past, or that's really operating, who studied under a very seasoned teacher, they will tell you there's one little thing that you can do that will help. If you go walking in the woods or anywhere there's a lot of trees, you don't talk, and then all you allow, you just keep looking at the trees and all around. What it'll do is that your eyes, it's as if that God created an autocorrect sensation or autocorrect situation for us that our eyes by doing that exercise over and over and over. It really allows the eyes to correct the problem by itself. So that's why it's important that you do your part, you do the exercise that's associated with that, and also take the nutrients that's associated with. When we talk about nutrients, vitamin C, vitamin A, as you know, whenever there's heavy deficiency on that, vitamin A, it's important that we actually use these things because they make a huge difference. And that's the reason why we really want to talk about that. And I will give some more information right now. Now, there's a little drop. I just actually removed it from the computer. There's a drop that we have. And that drop, we've been using that for the past, I would say, 7 or 8 years now. And that drop has a very unique ingredients in it. That's called NAC. And I will tell you why. Anytime you're dealing with a practitioner that actually does its best to read minimum 2 to 4 books a month, or up to, let's say, 25 books a year, that person within 3 to 5 years will be among the top 5, if not the top 1% of practitioners that knows their stuff. A lot of people, because they've studied so long, what really usually happen, most people give up. They're like, I don't want to study anymore. I remember my buddy, he says, Max, once I'm done with this, no more. I don't want to do it anymore. I just want to make sure I do my prescription and I keep it going. I keep it moving. I'm like, I understand, brother. Yeah, we can't be mad at you, because that's actually what happened. So when we're talking about these issues, is that they're real and they're globally. Now, you would think that in the United States, that those issues wouldn't be prevalent. Well, it is prevalent. That's why there are many different organizations who really get involved into those things. So let me give you a breakdown, okay? So when I said globally, at least 2.2 billion of people have near or distance vision impairment. At least 1 billion, which is almost half of those cases of vision that could have been prevented or haven't been addressed. I want to let you know this 1 billion people includes those with moderate or severe distance vision impairment or blindness due to unaddressed refractive errors. You're looking at 88.4 million. When we talk about cataract, 94 million. Glaucoma, 7.7 million. Corneal opacity is 4.2 million. Now, when we're dealing with diabetic retinopathy, it's 3.9 million. And of course, these numbers literally can shift and change, and it's important to understand that. Now, and there's trachoma, 2 million, as well as near vision impairment caused by unaddressed presbyopia, which is 826 million. Now, when you hear these numbers, you're like, oh, well, it's not that much. Well, it is a whole lot. When you think about that, it is a whole lot. But anytime the problem is not in your house, you figure that I don't care. Now, we take the time to really share this because we would say there's a lot of love on WMBM 1490 that has given us the ability, the grace to actually share these information with us, because everybody knows somebody that knows somebody, if it's not you that's actually listening or watching, dealing with that type of issue. We're having that family members, their whole dynamic change. I'm remembering we have a bunch of folks that we're dealing with where this guy used to be the breadwinner in his family. Now he has to be left in the house and where everybody got to do things for him, and he's nearly so depressed. And often he kept on saying, why didn't I die? Because I can't do anything for myself. Another dude I spoke to, 42-year-old guy, he said, I'm left in the house alone because I can't even work to take care of myself. I'm living among friends. I don't even have family. And I'm saying to you is that these are things, these issues, they literally change your economic stability. So imagine you have a household where there was a two-income earner, automatically things are changing in that family. Let's say if there was the only worker that got injured, you know what's happening? There's possible homelessness that can actually come in. So a lot of people do not understand there's 4Ds when it comes into your life, and we will experience it at one point in time, whether it's disease, disaster, death, or divorce. When these things knock at your door, guess what? They change the dynamic of the family. And that's why if you're watching this show right now and you want to have a protocol that you can follow, and I want to let you know, most of the time it's not too late. It's important to understand globally, the leading causes of vision impairment are uncorrected refractive errors, cataract, age-related macular degeneration, glaucoma, diabetic retinopathy, corneal opacity, and of course, trachoma. So when we're talking about that, here's an important thing. All these things, there are natural herbs that they don't want you to know about. When we think about glaucoma, we're thinking about superzeaxanthin. There are herbs that are there to do that. If you're having issue with night vision, bilberry is one of the herbs that you want to be more friends with. And if you want to have a natural clinic in your household, guess what you got to do? All you need is, let me see if you got it. All you need is a good juicer and a blender. As long as you have that, you have the opportunity to create magic in your life. So I want to make sure I give you that opportunity so that you can actually create that transformation for yourself. Now, that eye drop that I was talking about, if you want to actually try it, I have a special that we're running. So the eye drop is basically $35, right? So the special that I have for all of you who is watching and listening. So we will give you that eye drop for 50% off. So I'm sponsoring the other. So all you have to do is take care of the shipping, which is $10, which makes it $27.50. So 17 and a half, $17.50 plus 10 makes it $27.50. No, I don't have them at the office. We got to get it shipped to you. We need to have your address and have that be done so that you can actually experience firsthand what it's like to have good herbal treatment that would assist you. Now, there are questions you may ask. Well, Max, I already following something with my doctor. They gave me a drop. I can assure you that drop is not anywhere close to what I'm getting to you. Why? Because you need a drop to have that ingredient that's called N-acetylcarnosine. When you have N-acetylcarnosine, it really helps nourish the eye, and it really create a great amount of transformation. So that's one of the things I wanted to really share. Now, let's talk about how we actually do those treatments. So let me make sure I just minimize myself and magnify what I'm actually going to show you. All right. Now, you see, I've kept on talking about all these things and the eye centers and all that. I want to take the time to actually speak to you about the plan that we actually put together for our folks. Now, people who want to be in communication with us is very simple. I let you know it's 305-407-9227. Again, 305-407-9227. So for my folks who are listening through WMBM, you might say that I didn't catch that number. That's okay. Call the station. They'll give you the number. Swing by the station. They'll give you our cards. We're that accessible. Now, here's the other part that's really important. We do have what we call a wellness plan, a yearly wellness plan that we put together for our folks. Now, again, because some of our folks are not watching us online, they may not see what I'm about to share, but I am going to go ahead and share it. Now, anytime we're dealing with issues relating eye, what we love to do is really get you started on what we call the body management system. When we get you started on the body management system, what it actually does for you, it puts you in a position where it's going to really deal with all the nonsense that your body has to deal with. And then we go to the specific condition. So remember, we nutrify the body, eliminate, boost the immune system, detoxify, and specific condition. So when you're dealing with the specific condition, this is what you really do. that depending on what condition that the person is dealing with. Let's say, for instance, you're having issues where your eye is being watery. We have natural herbs for that. Let's say that you're having issues where the eye pressure is actually high. If the eye pressure is actually high, we actually have stuff for that as well. So whatever the condition is, you're dealing with cataract. It usually takes 8 months to a year to really deal with that. As you know, when people are having problems with circulatory issues, whenever the blood is not circulating the right way, you know what's going to happen? Not enough blood is going to as well circulate to bring the nutrients from where they are to get them to where they need to be. So whenever something like that is happening, of course, yes, you're going to have issues. And that's the reason why we take time to really talk about this. Now, I did mention that I am going to take time to really share with you some of the herbs and what you can really do. Now, let me give you an example real quick with the bilberry that I talked about. Bilberry, I really like it a whole lot. And so it says bilberry is beneficial for overall eye health. Now, for all those who do understand natural health, there's a lot of claims that cannot be made. But I want to let you know that we have access to these things, not only on liquid, but we also have access to these things also in capsules, because there are people who have issues to really get those things in capsules. If you don't have access, or if you do not wish to take something that may taste oog, I want to let you know we can help. Now, let's say, for instance, we're doing a treatment for that. You want healthy circulation. That's the reason why what I'm about to say, please do not do it. The old-time naturopath, what they did till today, they would do the eye wash. They would take a little cayenne pepper. Please don't do it. They would take the cayenne pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper. They would put it in their eyes and then they wash it. It's called an eye wash. When you do that, again, you might think I'm crazy. I won't do it. Don't get me wrong. But my teachers have done it. And they're not blind. What it does, it helps remove all the redness. It excites circulation. It really makes things happen. So a lot of times when people are having high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, what you don't realize, eventually your eyes is at jeopardy as well. Usually it takes time because God is that gracious. Well, I just want to let you know, don't let it to chance. Don't leave it to chance. Do what you must do. You know, I spoke about the body management system, Cascara Sagrada, Alfalfa, 3Bs, ACS, which is all cell sort. And also, of course, we have also beetroots. All these things, these are things that you can actually utilize. So if I'm doing a protocol like that for you, so typically what I would do, I would put the base, which is the body management system, and 1 or 2 products. When I do that, that would help. So a protocol like that would be $297. Now, people say, why $297? You will be surprised. I was just meeting with a guy in Broward. His insurance sent him a letter, and the letter states that let your doctor know that the product, the eye drop he's been prescribing you, he needs to prescribe you another one because that product is too expensive. The guy was telling me the copay was $100. So he had to pay $100, him out of pocket, to contribute to get that. When he spoke to the doctor a second time, that's the second time they're telling him that, because the insurance does not want to pay for it. So it's a special drop, and the doctor said, that's the only one that I know that's the best for you. Now, remember, I'm talking about something that's only $35 that you'll pay $17.50 plus $10 shipping, right? You may say, well, what's the point? Guess what? When natural products doesn't go through what we call the whole FDA approval, it gives us a flexibility to actually really work with people. Anytime you're getting those type of approval, there's a lot of money that gets involved. And when they get involved like that, one way or another, the industry is going to get theirs. That's why there's a lot of corruption that really goes on into that. But guess what? It's not even my place to talk about that. I just want to let you know the alternative that you can actually do for yourself. We have another herb that I love, and I'll tell you what that herb has in it. It's a herb. So let's say it this way. It's called ENEB. So what it has bayberry, chickweed, dandelion leaf, dandelion root, eyebright. You might have heard of that before. Eyebright, gentian, ginger, golden seal, all these things, purple loosestrife, slippery elm. These are herbs. Wood betony, wheat drum. These are things that help nourish and maintain the circulation of the eye. So you're that's listening right now, and for my folks who are watching, just know that if you having any issues relating to your eyesight, there are naturopaths that are bold enough, and we have a staff that has many practitioners where we can really assist you. Now, you don't have to come to the office. We're not going to poke you and look in your eye and put all these gadgets, which are so important. We're looking on getting one that is really cool, that it shows you the whole thing and it's really portable. But I want to let you know very basic things you can do while you're following whatever that your doctor is recommending you. Just know 2 to 4 hours apart, you can actually take natural herbs that will really make a huge difference to you. And again, I'm talking about natural herbs that they don't want you to know about. Now, I'm so happy that you've taken the time to actually really go through this whole thing. As we started, let's recap real quick because I only have a few seconds left. 2.2 billion, that's a huge thing. Of course, they're going to keep on putting folks from impoverished nation. The problem is locally. It's here. We've been into programs like that. So just so you know, whatever issues, whatever ailment you have, if it's not addressed, eventually that problem can reach your home. And I'm so glad that you gave me the opportunity and also the grace to actually really come and share this with you. As you remember, my name is Max O'Carey, and I'm glad that you took the time to actually listen to this show. Remember, you can always reach us at 305-407-9227. We come in every Tuesday at 7:30, and all we're talking about is natural herbs that they don't want you to know about. These are truth, time-tested stuff that's been hidden from us. We can make a difference and we can do better. And remember, always keep praying for WMBM 1490, the station that put God's first. Thank you very much, and may the Lord bless you. Until next time, 7:30. Goodbye.